Hey everyone, this is Paulette Ms. Music Jackson coming back your way. Doing another video, another episode of my perspective. Now, I just did one probably about 2 or 3 days ago. And the subject was racial unjust. And usually I kind of think about subject matter that I want to do for my next series in the series for my perspective. But something was kind of tugging at me as I was watching television today. Now, this is something that had been gnawing at me for a few years, actually, and just really never said anything, kind of kept it to myself. And I don't think I'm the only artist or only person, period, of color who may feel like this. And I'm referring to African American Black actors and actresses, especially younger actresses and actors. But this goes so far back before 2020. People like Hattie McDaniel and comedians, Moms Mabley, so many artists, whether they're comedians or actors, actresses, back in those times where Hollywood really was not paying attention to us unless we were in certain roles like maid, janitors, prostitutes, whatever, Black exploitation movies back in the 70s. As a way to be seen, as a way to get our foot in the door, as our way to hone our crafts, so on and so forth. But back in Hattie McDaniel's time, where she won an Academy Award and couldn't even sit with her castmates from Gone with the Wind. First African American woman to win an Oscar or Academy Award, if I'm not mistaken. I may be mistaken about that, but nonetheless, that was back in way before that was heard of, Actresses like her, actors like Sidney Poitier and so many others during that time period, paved the way for a lot of actors and actresses now to get to where they are. However, in 2020, as I'm looking at TV, as I do every day, I look at certain commercials. And I don't understand for the life of me how still today in 2020, how we still seem to have this stereotype, this stigma on how African Americans as a whole, how we act or talk or speak or, whatever. And I see some of these commercials and it puzzles me and it bothers me that we still feel in 2020 that we have to act a certain way or our mannerisms have to be a certain way in a commercial or a sitcom or whatever to be seen but case in point is this commercial. I won't name the commercial. African American woman, very attractive, nothing out of the ordinary is what I'm trying to say, And she can probably do any role that she puts her mind to. But they have her kind of a little animated, the head roll and all that kind of stuff. A little bit, not too much, but a little bit. And just other things that I noticed. And it's like, why? Why does the media, why does arts and entertainment world have us sometimes being so animated? Why do we always have to be the ones to sing and dance in a commercial? You know what I mean? And that makes it ruffle some feathers, and that's okay. This is my view, my perspective. It just bothers me. We are so much better than that. We are not all animated. We don't all talk the same. We don't all have the same mannerisms. I don't know where this, yeah, I do know where it came from, but we don't, we all have different mannerisms. We have different dialect. We have different tones to our skin. We have different personality. We're all different. But we're all African American race. We're all different individual people, though. All different individual men and women, right? So it kind of boggles my mind that these young, and not some of them are not so young. They could be in their late 20s, 30s, 40s. I'm in my 50s. And I just feel that people like Hattie McDaniel and so many others during that era and before that, African American actors and actresses, had to endure so much. For us, and pave the way for us to have better, to get better roles, to get better acting jobs, whether it's a commercial or a major motion picture or a sitcom or a dramatic series, whatever the case may be. But they had to endure so much racism, How do you win an Academy Award in a major classic picture like On the Wind, and you can't even sit with your castmates, and you won? Not only were you nominated, but you won. They had to endure stuff like that. Still going through the back doors, and can't even go through the front entrance. Had to go through the back doors. Seen on camera. Of course, that was fantastic for us as African Americans, for my parents and their parents, to see people like us on film. No, we didn't always portray janitors or maids or whatever the case may be, but that's what they felt that we were good enough for, I guess, at that time. Not all, there were actresses like, Diane Carroll. She's the first African American woman to have a major series. Julia. That was huge, and unheard of during that time. So, she played a nurse. She had a little boy, Positive image, right? So, it wasn't all bad, but I'm sure they had to endure a lot to get to that point. So that we as artists can have better, so we can negotiate better, accept better roles, get better roles because of all these wonderful actresses and actors before us. In my mother and father's time, in my grandparents' time. And I'm speaking of comedians, actors, all the whole game. Dancers, too. Alvin Ailey Dance Company. African American Dance Company. Sometimes we have to create our own. But even with that, we should create our own vessels to tell our stories, like Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey and so many other people, to tell our stories in a way that we should. But in this year, 2020, I still see actors and actresses, especially in commercials, being depicted or being portrayed in not so great ways. It could be a perfectly legit commercial. I'm not saying it's not. Selling a product, selling a service. But I look at some of those same companies that cast Caucasian or white actors or actresses, and then they cast us, African Americans. And it's two different commercials, same product, selling the same thing, selling the same service. But sometimes they have us acting our mannerisms differently than white actors or actresses. And you all know what I mean by that. Why do they have to portray us so animated? We don't. Who says that we act like that? Who says that that's our everyday thing? And again, I may ruffle some feathers, and I don't mean to, but it's truth. It's truth. Open your eyes, people. It's truth. If you look at it long enough, you'll see what I'm talking about. In 2020, this is some of the stuff that we still, that media and the arts and entertainment world as a whole, they see us as. Well, I want you to act like this. I want you to, act like a sister girl, whatever that means. What does that even mean? Oh, I want you to do this. I want you to wear, sunglasses. I want you to do this. I want you to wear these big chains. Y'all know what I mean. You all know what I'm talking about. So, it's not foreign, but it bothers me. So many artists before us had to take what they had to take. They had to push, scratch, claw for better roles, for better acting roles, for better shows, better conditions, so that we can have and do and negotiate better. I hope and pray this is making sense to all of you, and you get what I'm saying. In the year 2020, yeah, we've come a long way. Oh, absolutely we have. But we still have a ways to go. Every artist should study and look at and listen to the artists before them. I don't care what area you're in, whether it be music, theater, TV, whatever it is, comedy, whatever it is, you study the people back in our parents and our grandparents era. Study them, listen to them. Listen to interviews that they've done after that to tell about their experiences that they had to endure back then. It wasn't all peaches and cream. Yeah, as African Americans, yes, we were proud to see people of color, people like us on the screen. In major sports. Yes, of course, we're going to be proud. Oh, but what they had to endure. Only to still in 2020 have some of us feeling like we have to take certain roles just to be seen, just to be noticed. No, I think that I know that we deserve better. We should negotiate better. We deserve better. We are better than what the media in the arts and entertainment world see us as. We don't have to accept that. We don't have to. So I'm just saying, as artists, let's look in the mirror and know that we are much better than what the media thinks that we are. We are much better than some of the roles and shows and whatever they want to throw at us. We're much better than that, and we can do better. We are better. We can negotiate for better because we deserve it. Our ancestors, our peers before us, years and years and years of enduring racism, hatred, just trying to hone their craft, just trying to do what our white counterparts are doing, have done. We deserve better, people. Let's do better. It's okay to say no. I understand everybody wants to be seen, everybody wants to be heard, everybody wants to have a chance, an opportunity to let the world hear, see, know who you are, know what you can do. I get it. So do I. And at the beginning of my radio career, which I never thought I would get into, it wasn't easy. And a lot of people, I did what I was supposed to do on my end, but a lot of people didn't. And, the kind of marketing, promoting, and all that kind of stuff, a lot of people didn't do what they said they were going to do. I no longer do that. I think I've done enough of that. But again, I have to stay true to who I am and know that I am worthy of more, of better. And so are you. So don't feel like you have to take that certain role. Don't feel like you have to act in a certain way that the media says that you do or wants you to, or arts and entertainment world or film or whatever. You really don't. If that opportunity came along, something else better will come along too, but you have to believe it. We all have to believe there's better. Let's not just take the first thing that jumps out at you. And I get it. You got to work. You got to work. Especially us as artists, if this is what we do, we have to work. But we have to look at the whole bigger picture, We have to look at ourselves and know that we deserve better than what's thrown at us sometimes. All right, that's just my perspective, my view of arts and entertainment world, but it pertains to African Americans and some of the things that we are asked to do in the name of, of artistry, I guess. I don't know. But we can do better. We are better than what we're presented with sometimes from this industry. We deserve a lot better. Our peers didn't go through what they went through just for us to still take bones, to still accept the scraps, or saying the media telling us what we're supposed to act like, what we're supposed to sound like, or what we're supposed to look like. We know better. We know better. Let's do better, everyone, for ourselves and for this industry and for our people before us who fought, clawed, and scratched their way to make it better for us. All right, everyone, this is my perspective. I am your girl, Paulette Ms. Music Jackson. I will be posting this on my YouTube page. For those of you who have not subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to reach out to me and let me know how you like this, any comments that you may have on this video, this particular episode, and episodes before. Until next time, everyone, my perspective, I am Miss Music.